Oh my goodness. First time logging in. Welcome, welcome. We're having some wisdom in the kitchen this morning. Can you girls and guys, can you guys hear us? Let us know if the volume's good. This is a really special time, and I cannot wait to introduce you here to one of the most special people in my life. And for this conversation, for this time on the planet, for awakening consciousness, this is a really big time. It's an uncertain time. It's a scary time. It's an expansive time. It's a blossoming time. And I feel that most importantly, I want to be as vulnerable and authentic and real with everyone, and share tips and tools that can help us on this journey of awakening. We're going to cover some really cool things today, like processing emotion versus recycling emotion. We had some wonderful questions. Every week we're going to be doing these live Q&As, and every week you guys, when you register, you share with us these amazing questions, and hopefully we'll get to cover some of those today. But I really just want to open up this conversation and have some wisdom in the kitchen. Like, we're here every day cooking around, and having like deep, profound bombs, like truth bombs erupting and cleaning and clearing. I want to let you know that I met this woman 7 years ago in Kauai. And it was a time when I didn't really know many people over there. I didn't have a place to live. I met her at a workshop, and I was going to sleep on the beach. I didn't have a place to live. And she pulled me off the streets, like, come sleep in my bed, and we became fast friends. And she's been a really big part of our family, a bridesmaid in our wedding, and just a profound love leader in all aspects. So I'm really, really excited that you're all joining us. Welcome. Please post any questions you have in the chat. And Freedom, tell us a little bit about what you want to share today, where we're at, what this, maybe a prayer. I know that you wanted to start out with this as a time of a really great, important time.
Yeah, we're definitely at just aloha everyone, and just thank you, Vanessa, for that beautiful sharing. You're so amazing. She's so amazing. And I just honor you and thank you for creating this beautiful foundation and for us to be together. And it feels very beautiful to be part of your family, also your extended family in the world, and get to connect with some of you through you, and to be here together means the world, because we're really in this together, and this is not a solo mission, as we all are very rapidly, hopefully, noticing. And it is so much better together. So it feels really profound to be here. And so, yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, first of all, everything with what's happening right now in, our amazing creation is, we all agreed to this, and it can be, it can be hard for the lower consciousness to believe that we all agreed to this, part in our journey, but we did. And so everything going on in our creation right now is something we signed up for, and it's squeezing us through the birth canal to really step up and to be, the ones we've been waiting for. So of course, all the shadow in our personal lives and our, the beautiful sharings and messages that people were sharing here today, and questions of relationships and economy and, daughter and 27-year-old and the anger and all these things, it's blossoming, coming up to the surface for a reason. It's a purification going on the planet, and it is profound.
It's about these reflections. Like, as I'm reading the comments and the questions, I'm like, oh, there I am. That's me. That's my reflection in you in the comments. Every moment is, let's say, emotion coming up, or the past coming up to be cleared, which can be projected on other people or imploded within the self. And I know that this one right here has been doing quite an extensive journey into this imploding reflections in others. I want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so for the ego, we, it's so easy to go blaming on this one, blaming on that one, blaming on the mother, on the, on the partner or whatever. It's actually really easy to blame on other people. And it requires massive amount of humility and grace and ownership and responsibility to actually even consider that anything in the external is a reflection of the internal. And it takes massive amount of alchemy to not blow up.
Oh, listen, I have blown up. I have a PhD in blow up. Okay, I freaking been around the sun and the moon twice with that one. I'm not going to sit here, guys, and pretend like I'm a fucking saint or a guru. I am not your guru. I have my own shadows, but I'm willing to be vulnerable about it, and I'm willing to tell on myself. I'm willing to try something different. And something we teach here at Take Your Power Back Now, is a very simple 3-step process. And I'm still practicing it every day. Okay. Which is, radical honesty. Let's take a radically honest look at what's going on right here. I like to break things down into systems. I like to understand things. So a radically honest look at this feeling or this projection or this thought that I'm having, and take radical responsibility for it, and then have enough radical self-love to change it, to do something different. And, one of the things that Freedom spoke about, and we had different programs. Yes, we do masterminds for women. Yes, we teach women how to, live their purpose, speak their truth, own their story, and lead with love in the world, share their gifts. We teach all the fun Facebook ads and the freaking video challenges and the sales and the marketing. We have all these amazing programs. You can find out all about it at takeyourpowerbacknow.com. But this specific part of the inner work, the radical honesty, radical responsibility, radical self-love. I really want to deep dive into this with you. And I also want to invite you guys to check out Freedom's website, which is WeRiseAsOne.love. Freedom's website is WeRiseAsOne.love. I'm going to be quiet.
No, you're amazing. You're so amazing. You're so good at this. Like, I'm not a public speaker. I definitely hide in the mountains, in the caves very often for 30 days in silence. So hats off. She's really good at this.
Well, she's the one I call when my life is in pieces on the floor.
And I'm in the mountain praying. And anyhow, it requires a lot of balls to do this work and speak about it publicly. And you definitely have that down. And I definitely have not been speaking publicly about this, but definitely been deep diving for aeons. And one of the pieces here that I really feel right away, like, there's so much going on right now, and we have to be super selective with our energy. So simplify. Number one, also simplify with the practice. It's not about trying so hard. It's actually about being in our naturalness, laying in the sun, being quiet for hours. It's not about trying to do all these spiritual practices. It's actually really simple. It's free, it's simple, it's in nature. Some of us have spent our many lifetimes, practicing. But one thing that I wanted to share today is an immediate thing to do when we're taking ownership for something that is happening in the external, no matter what it is. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, our partner, our neighbor, the person that we think should be wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, all these discussions.
It's so weird with the masks. I had to wear a mask. I'm going to pause. Owning these reflections is the thread we want to come back to.
Yeah.
I had to wear a fucking mask for the first time the other day. I actually went to the post office. I was taping up these boxes, the gloves with the freaking, it broke. I'm there with the mask, the hair's all like this, the freaking mask with the elastics. Oh my God, dude, the fucking glove broke. I'm like, the tape's everywhere, the box is falling around. people have these scary fucking masks on, the black
and everyone
shit.
is terrified from each other.
Some people are in there like, I got no fucking mask. What's going on here? You know, it was a trip.
Yeah.
But the masks.
It's in our face right now. Everything that's happening in the external, we're all seeing the masks on all of creation.
We should have our crowns on. You want to put your crown on?
No, not right now.
Why not? Someone's saying we should put our crowns on. We have them.
Oh,
we have them. We got crowns.
I want to keep sharing and talking about it's every moment is so important. But yes, we are crowned, coronaed, because corona means crown. So we are lit in totality here with our halos. But I love that you're sharing about this with the mask because so let's, for example, do whole brain state together, which is triggered in many people if people are wearing their mask or not. People are really upset if people aren't wearing their mask, and some people would never put on a mask. And that's the truth of what's going on. So let's do a little whole brain state. It's a 6-second process. And so basically, if you're super triggered and you're about to blow up at your beloved or your partner or your dog or your daughter, you want to cross your hands and your feet.
Okay.
So you cross your hands and your feet. And you can do this. It's kind of comfortable because it just is kind of uncomfortable, especially if you have boobs. So you just kind of want to relax, take a couple of deep breaths. And everyone is welcome to join us.
Are we just breathing?
We're just breathing.
This is called whole brain state.
And what happens here is that both left and right hemisphere of the brain balances.
So this is when you get triggered, when you want to explode at your husband or your wife. Yeah?
So this is a good opportunity to practice this. You do it in your car before you step out. It was taught to me by a dear friend named Unity. And basically it's Psyche. Anyone can do this. And how you lock it in afterwards is you put all your fingertips together and then you look through and hold for 10 seconds or longer.
And this allows you to come back into whole brain states that are being separated.
Exactly, because now...
Because the mask is a separation. The projection is a separation.
Well,
it's a triggering.
We're in a DNA of a double strand of DNA. We're in a 2-strand DNA. So this whole creation and consciousness of Earth School is founded in separation and duality consciousness. So everything going on here is a polarity experience of duality, separation, and believing that we are all separate, but we're really one creation, experiencing itself, coming home to wholeness. And we are awakening as one human family, and everyone is playing the perfect part and perfect role. And so when we're, doing whole brain state, all we have to do is like, this is me, this is all my creation, this is my responsibility. I chose to create the scene and the play, the person that yelled at me for not wearing my mask. It's all an aspect within me. And I take full ownership, and you just do whole brain state until you alchemize the emotional body. And this is full power. It has nothing to do with this form of like rage. Rage goes hand in hand with care and protection and being a guardian of something. So rage is powerful, but it's also very...
It's destructive.
No, pure rage is grace. It goes hand in hand, in my experience, with benevolent compassion, because it's really a pure life force. You actually gain energy from rage if it's pure, and it comes as like a sharp energy of wanting to protect life. Wanting to protect life. So anger and lashing out and not expressing our emotions and our emotional body and being completely not in whole brain state and lashing out, that drains our energy and drains everyone around us, and is also in polarity separation consciousness. And I wanted to say one thing about the whole brain state after you're done. just
because this is a question of, we've gotten this question a lot, and let me own that reflection. What do I do with all this anger from the past? How do we live in the present moment? How do we get out of this recycling of the emotions and the addiction to the adrenaline of anger? Wow. I'm going to tell on myself, that's been a huge journey for me. I'm not your guru. I'm not perfect. I don't see any fucking unicorns around here, fairy dust. Okay, this is called the work. And I love that now we've shared, Freedom's shared a process, a whole brainwave state of crossing your arms, pulling it in, saying this, closing your eyes, this is all me. I've created this, taking radical responsibility for it. Breathing.
You can sit like this for as long as you want, and then you can do the opposite. You can cross the other feet and cross the hands.
And we've already had some people here saying profound experience while doing this process.
Yay.
Very powerful affirmation for me as I perform this exercise. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. I always shame myself for my anger. And this is another piece that I wanted to share. This is what I actually wanted to share. Was that I've been doing this wounded inner child work, reclaiming the parts of yourself that have been locked in a closet. So I locked my creativity, my creative board member in the closet, and holy fuck was she mad. Woo! Okay. And what I learned through this course, and in, you know, of course, every day, every moment, there's something new information to gather. What I learned is that rage and that anger is actually a form of love. It's a form of protecting love, because the idea that we would lose love, the idea that we're not fully loved in the present moment, that's the separation. That's the devil. That's the darkness. That's the fear. The idea that we aren't fully loved right now in our present moment. The idea that we could do anything to lose our own self-love. The idea that is the suffering. That is the separation. That is the lie. Then the masks come on. Then we betray ourselves. We give when we don't, we want to say, we say yes when we want to say no. We sacrifice, we compromise. We do all these things in order to protect and get and keep the love that we think we're losing, but we're already loved. We already have it. Our soul already has it. Creator already has it. We already are that. Can we take a deep breath? Holy smokes.
Yes.
Can we take a couple deep breaths? So this has been profound. And you guys, I'm trying new things and I'm still failing every day at this. I am not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I'm perfect. I won't even pretend to go there. I'm breaking, heart shattering, breaking, crying sometimes, several times a day. Sometimes I'm fucking dancing around the house, man. It's amazing. It's the duality, the all of it. But we already,
the full spectrum. We
already have the love that we think we can lose.
Yeah. And like you said,
and that's when the masks come on, or that's when the rage and the anger comes out to try and protect. That's actually a form of love. It's misguided. It's still a form of love. It's just misguided. There's a fucking warrior on my board of directors that has a really sharp sword. I love this warrior. Put down the fucking sword, man. You're only killing yourself.
Everyone is you.
Yeah.
Everyone is you. There's no one to fight here because everyone is us. And that's so profound what you're sharing. That warrioress, you know, that will fight for her life and fight for her own freedom, fight for her liberation. And that's why we go through these processes. That's why we go through the human journey. And to remember that we always were love. And so there's, you know, I love what you always say, to not argue with reality. And so if we can trust that the seed that we are, the seed of consciousness that we are in our one creation, that we created everything on the journey, which, you know, sometimes feels completely bizarre. Like, why would I ever create this? You know, I've said that so many times, like, what the fuck? Why am I here again?
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like whole brain state. All right, game on. You know, it's like find that fire, play that, you know, theme song and go, okay, you know, fuck, and then cry, but stay in whole brain state. And this is where you don't want to pick up the phone and call someone. This is when you don't want to blame someone. This is when you don't want to make a post and regret it later. You don't want to do repair. And
Well,
so
that's because that is karma then. Then you have to repair the projection.
Exactly.
You have to prepare the explosion instead of the imploding it in yourself. So let's go into this conversation. So let's say you triggered, miraculously you remember this whole brainwave state and you do that, but you still might have all the feelings.
It requires a lot of emotional discipline to stop yourself and to just go to, it's like telling a kid, stop. You have to speak like that to yourself. Stop now. And that's how we parent ourselves. So you have to become that authority of yourself. And it's that guardian protector that the kid is running over the street. And you're like, you're not going, hey, do you want to like talk about not running over the street? You go, get the fuck over here right now. You know, it's that care for the child, the inner child, to not run across the street again, to maybe get hit by the car, maybe get hit by your own emotional wave. And so when we parent ourselves in this way, we become our own greatest caretaker. And it's replacing the inner parents, you know, because we didn't maybe have that parenting. And I definitely had, you know, a lot of neglect in mine. So I had to like really fight for my life to come back home, to trust that I got me.
Yeah. And
like,
not try and get that nourishment from somebody else out there.
Exactly.
Or blaming the partner.
Exactly.
My husband and I have done that.
And we can still be that for each other. We can go, hey babe, I know you're super sensitive with this topic, and we learn that sensitivity with each other, but it's not from codependency. It's not from trying to rescue each other or project, which is
because nobody can do that but yourself. This nourishing, this is a really important topic, and I'm really grateful that you brought it up. You know, looking for nourishment, looking for somebody else to nourish you versus you nourishing yourself, you parenting yourself. It's really challenging.
It's a full-time job. So you just have to
really
like commit every day. It's like, what brings me joy? Dancing, music, sitting in the sun, going up on the mountain, singing, taking baths, you know,
nourishing yourself with food. Actually, I'm going to share with you guys a tip that my husband invited me to do because he's really smart. You know, he invited me to write a letter to myself about the ways that I pull out my sword. And like, if we ever get into an argument, and Vanessa, you start doing that thing you do, not like everybody doesn't have a thing they do. Okay. But write this letter to yourself and put it in your safe. So I wrote this letter. And it's in this voice. Vanessa, stop, put down the sword. Stop it right now. You're only killing yourself and the reflections of other people. You do not need this. You are 41 years old. Where has this behavior gotten you in 41 years? Has it brought you joy, peace, love, serenity? No. You know, you do not need to do this. You can simply say in that moment.
Served its purpose. We want to honor that as well.
You can simply say in this moment, I am afraid. And risk sharing that vulnerability, because it's when we feel afraid, when we feel unsafe is when we want to either, we want to pull out the sword or pull out whatever. And I've been doing defense mechanism, protecting and soothing. So there's a shield and there's a sword that we use. There's a shield and a sword. There's a soothing mechanism and a protecting mechanism.
I shield. She takes out the sword. I'm like,
no, but we have both. We actually
kidding.
We actually have both. So I wrote this letter to myself, and I fucking got a sword on Amazon. I bought it. I'm really big on symbols. Okay. Where you put shit in your house is also like where things are organized in your mind. Your subconscious is reflected here in the external. So you can get into your subconscious with affirmations. You can get into your subconscious in the theta brainwave state through meditation. You can get into your subconscious with chanting. You can get into your subconscious with shit in your house that you move around. There's many ways in. There's many roads to Rome. So I bought this sword on Amazon. It's a big freaking knife. And I thought, I'm waiting to get it here. And I'm going to stick it on the freaking, on my, you know, it's kind of an altar, my desk with that letter. But I read that letter every day. And I fail every day. I'm getting better, but I fail every day. And what would love have us do? What would love have us do?
What would love have us do?
Try and try again, man. That's what love would have us do. And parenting ourselves and stop looking for nourishment out there. And it's a lot of work. And people are loving this conversation. We're like, are you guys gonna share the replay? Oh my God.
Can you post
like angels
the
in
letter?
white. Can you post the letter? Oh fuck. You guys want me to post the letter? Okay.
We are angels.
Game on. Game on. I will
Aw, beautiful
post the
people.
letter.
We love you so much.
Do you want me to go get the letter and read it?
Yeah, whatever you want.
I can if you guys want. In my
Yeah,
room.
go get
yes,
the letter.
Yes, please. Okay.
Yeah, go get the
okay,
letter.
Fuck it, man. I'm gonna be vulnerable with all of you guys. Show you how this really works.
Good.
Hell yes. All right.
I love it. I'm gonna play you guys a song while we're waiting. Can you hear? My new favorite song.
We've
Here
just
we are.
begun.
We've just begun.
It's by
Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams.
It's like a song about a horse.
Here I am. The new world. It's the new start. Yeah.
It's a new start. All right.
All right.
Here we go.
You guys want me to hear this? Name the song. The song is I Am Here by Bryan Adams.
Here I am.
Here I am. Here I am.
Meaning here I am as the great I am. We are all here. There is no separation between us all. We're all one being. All right, darling.
All right, so my husband invited me to do this process. And he's like, you never have to read it to me or anybody else, but stick it in your safe to remind yourself if we ever get into an argument and you're just taking out your sword, Vanessa, and you're going like, you're protecting yourself. You're in that state of, I'm not safe. And here comes the protection mechanism. Here it comes in its full fucking glory. And in case you haven't noticed, folks, I'm a force of nature.
a great one. A force of love.
Quite a powerful one.
Let's hear the letter.
Okay, so you guys want to hear the letter? Love it. Do you have these Zoom meetings every week? Yes, every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. This is called Love Leaders Unite.
Oh!
The world needs you, needs us to show up and lead with love right now more than ever. And that is our commitment here at Take Your Power Back Now. I'll be having guests every week. I might be here by myself. I might be here with guests, but really sharing tips and tools to help you all, to help us.
There won't be any quarantine when Love Leaders Unite.
Exactly.
We're just going to keep busting the blueprint of our consciousness and creation.
Yeah, right. All right, so this is the letter. Vanessa, put down the fucking sword. You're only killing yourself. Stop it right now. You don't need to kill other people, the reflections of yourself, to protect your inner child who is afraid, feeling not safe right now. You do not need to control either. You do not need to heal other people to receive love either. You can simply say, I feel scared, I don't feel safe, and risk being vulnerable. You can do that. You're actually really good at that. You got this. Your other option is to fight like a crazy warrior, inflict pain, pain, pain on yourself and others with vengeance. That is disgusting and gross, an awful way to hurt people you love to feel validation. To feel safe is actually what it is. Not validation, it's to feel safe. 41 years you did that, and where did it get you? Where did it get you? What did behaving that way actually bring you? Peace, joy, serenity, love? No. It only pushed all those people and love away from you. It only pushed them away. So you are afraid, not feeling safe, and maybe lonely, angry, resentful, unhappy, sad, or mad, annoyed right now. It's real, those feelings, so feel them all. Have a good cry. Tell someone and let it go.
Wow, beautiful.
You have a heart of gold, so dust it off and let it shine. Remember, God is only always ready for you to take his hand.
Yeah.
Only always available to you. Remember that.
Aww.
Real love is the only thing that is real. I love you, Vanessa.
That is so beautiful, Dolly.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. So this is what I read. Someone said, Alfredina said, I need that letter. I read this in the morning to remind myself.
No, write your own letter.
Write your own letter, you know?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
And then choose joy. I mean, that's really, this letter sits next to here, and then I'll have the visual of, you know, the knife, because it is a choice, and we wanted to talk about things being a choice. Like here in the kitchen, we have a bottle of wine here that doesn't get drank. It just sits there. It's a choice.
How?
I can choose that. I can choose that liquid poison.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of good times with wine. I've had a lot of shit times with wine. I can choose that. Got a pack of cigarettes that I keep in my underwear drawer. I could choose that. I see it. I could choose that. I could choose that form of soothing.
I did the same when I quit smoking.
I got a pack of bacon in the fridge. I could choose that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I could. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my face. I could choose it or not.
Yeah.
Let's talk about choice.
Yeah, the choose joy. I just want to say, wow, what a beautiful letter. And you are such my reflection. So I see so much of you in me, you know, and it just helps me, you know, to just hear myself in form of Vanessa share this letter, because I've shut so many people out because of my own pain or whatever's going on and not wanting to share whatever is present. And for me, you know, to choose joy, it's not like, I mean, we can be happy and choose joy. We can affirm. And one thing I love about Abraham Hicks, she, in Unity, she's always sharing about, I so appreciate the lights. I so appreciate the purple flowers outside, the pink flowers. I so appreciate how beautiful you look in your hair and your beautiful golden brown eyes, you know, filled with so much depth. And I so appreciate how good this chair feels. And it's about really savoring and really appreciating everything, because we are vibrational beings. So when we are going through any pain or suffering, you can't always just go, I'm happy, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't go that like that. But because happiness and pain can exist at the same time, because it's a different channel. So you literally have to change the channel. So you go and change the channel on yourself, and you start practicing. And we start practicing, because it's a we thing going on here. I practice all day, every fucking day. Nonstop is in my consciousness. I do not let negative thoughts take off for more than, I'll hear it and I'll go, no. And I fill my consciousness with something else. And if I have a bad day, like if there's a process going on longer, I will stop everything I'm doing and I will not move until I love myself completely. And it is like I've had to Jedi train myself to like not move. And if these blah-de-blahs keep going, I'm like, I appreciate my legs, my hands. I appreciate that I can walk. I appreciate this earth. I appreciate that I can drink water. Water is my favorite thing in the world. I talk about water all day, every day. I pray on water all day, every day. And so whatever floats your boat, but you just gotta like be your own cheerleader. And it really is about like, what brings you happiness? You know, is it dancing? Is it, you know,
is it yoga? Is it chanting? Just being your own inner parent is the conversation that we're having. The very powerful, important conversation. I know some of you guys watching, there's a lot of questions. There's like over 100 people here live streaming in, lots of questions. We can
answer all the questions.
But I want to let you know that freedom is available to, I know you do sessions with people. Yes. You do them online via Zoom or phone calls.
Calls or Zoom.
And if you want support at this time, please do reach out to Freedom. You can find where to purchase those sessions. You do one-on-one sessions on her website. I'm going to share with you guys the link. It's We Rise as One .love. I'll even type it in here. We Rise as One .love. And you're going to look for the sessions tab on your website and then use the code.
Take your power back now.
Take your power back now.
MPM on Facebook is fine. You know.
So let me just type this in here. Let me just type this in here, guys. And then we're going to jump back into our conversation, because I know a lot of people are asking, you know, a lot of people are reaching out to me on Instagram and other places and saying, hey, do you work one-on-one with people? I do not. Okay. I run 2 masterminds. I haven't done it yet. I run 2 masterminds here at Take Your Power Back Now, the 10K and 30-day program. It's a 90-day mastermind where we teach women how to, we teach them in a safe space, you know, to really understand and get their voice about what they're here to do in the world. What is their purpose? Mm-hmm. And it comes through looking at the past and the stories, and then, you know, really putting a voice to their mission, and then learning cool sales and marketing and online video, and, you know, how do you create a portable, profitable income? We teach that in a 90-day program called the 10K and 30-day mastermind. Mm-hmm. It is awesome. We have, I think, 60 women in there right now. It's a 90-day journey. It's a safe space for healing. They get some one-on-one. Everyone gets some one-on-one time. A lot of live, you know, support. And then we have another year-long mastermind for more advanced marketers, love leaders, people who want to write books, do live events, you know, run webinars, different, more expansive ways of reaching people. But a lot of people tell me, I would love to work with you, Vanessa, or I would love one-on-one sessions, and I don't do them. But she does. Aww. Okay. And she's amazing.
Thank you, love.
She's the most amazing body worker, energy worker, consciousness worker I know.
Aww.
She picks up my pieces.
You're so beautiful. Thank you.
So I'm super grateful that you're making this an opportunity for others here. And this is her website, WeRiseAsOne.love. And then you want to look at the sessions tab, right? And then the code is Take Your Power Back Now. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And it doesn't matter if they put like Take Your Power Back Now capitals or Take Your Power Back Now all caps. No, it's just, that's the code. And that will let her know, take your power back now.
And you're also welcome to PM and Facebook and just use the code Take Your Power Back Now.
Okay. So they can private message you on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
People can find you. It's Freedom Lynn Holman.
Yeah, Freedom Lena Holman.
Freedom Lena. So Freedom, formerly known as Infinity, formerly known as Laka, formerly known as, it's kind of like formerly known as Prince. So on Facebook, it's Freedom
Lena Holman.
Lena Holman.
Spelled like line, L-I-N-E, Holman, H-O-L-M-E-N-E.
Swedish.
I'm Swedish. It means strong mountain, my name. Interesting, because I love the mountain. But I love what you were just sharing, and it is truly such an honor to hold space for our transformation, because it really is us rising together as one being, and we are truly just walking each other home. So much compassion to the process. Definitely been in the deep dives and still go deep all the way. And just, we don't have to do it alone, and there are so many tools that we can move through things very swiftly.
Oh my God, this is so nice. Shelly says, I
need a symbol, yeah.
I feel like I do work with Vanessa in the 10K and 30-day program, because she has made herself so available in her videos and live streams. Oh, yeah, I do one of the live, I do, like last Monday, I was in the live. We have it's like 2-hour live Q&A on Mondays that I run for a 10K program. It was 3 hours. It was freaking amazing. That's my favorite part. My husband's always like, you should just do those, because they light you up. And really what it is, this is why I love running masterminds. Talk a little bit about business here. The reason why I love masterminds so much is because it's an opportunity to see all your reflections and practice owning them and imploding them and saying, this is me. Can I have compassion? Can I have kindness, tenderness, and understanding for this reflection?
I love that you're bringing this up, because I was just going to speak about this, that when we have a reflection that's really annoying or really hard to look at, but I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to just come to that point too, because it's not that easy always. So can I say something about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, I love that with the mastermind that you use everyone, with a reflection. So for example, if we have Donald Trump as a reflection, or we have Bill Gates, or we have, we have a stepdaughter, whatever it is, and we can really go into the projection game. And because we are a double strand of DNA, our blueprint is a vehicle. And we're driving this vehicle, and we don't know how to drive. And I study epigenetics, quantum physics. I study with Unity, Grace. I study with Joe Dispenza. All these teachings exist in our consciousness. And I'm just, a spiritual, I love training myself to know all the tools that exist and that are available for our own liberation. And one of the most powerful ones I found to find peace in my life is this tool of the double strand of DNA, of understanding why we do this projection thing. And so it can come to an end, because we can reprogram our DNA. That's how powerful we truly are.
So by imploding the projections, are we actually then it changes, right? Then the external reflection has to change if we own it.
Exactly. So it's a process. It's an alchemical process, and it's like every day we go up and we make our smoothie and we go for a walk and we start feeling very amazing. So when we do our, you can do whole brain state, but more than anything, you can do whole brain state 100 times a day, but then our brains start becoming into whole brain state after a while. I don't have to do it as often anymore, but I do it all the time.
I've never tried it. Okay, I've been very resistant to this freaking whole brain. I got my own thing that I do, but now I'm going to try this.
Well, I think there's a place for everything, and we're all playing perfect roles for each other. Yeah. And I think we learn when we're supposed to do certain things, and I'll do certain things that I've had resistance to as well. And when we do it, what happens is that we basically, I had this, resistance to going, this is not my fucking reflection. It was this super, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go all the way. It was this super reflection of the feminine that was louvering on all the men in the space and everything. And I was like, this is so not me. And I was like, you know what? It was me when I was a teenager. Yeah. It was me maybe when I was 24. Yep. And I worked that field. And how painful it was to feel my beautiful partner at the time get sucked into her, like pulling him away from the love that we were cultivating. And I was like, this is so painful. I never want to be like that. And I'm definitely not like that. And I hated her. And I was like, no, you know what? Here we fucking go, right? Yeah. It was like, okay, this is all me. This is my creation. This is an aspect of me. It's dead, and I own it and bless it and never create that ever again, ever. And that's full power. It's full power knowing that this person is me, but still including them in my world for the rising to occur, because we're one being. Doesn't mean that she may be available or open to rise or not do that, but it's about not trying to control someone outside me. Yeah. And create separation between her, but educate, say, hey, when you do this and create this, this is what happens, and this pulling on the energy between the love that I'm cultivating with this partner, and educating the masculine and saying, you know, when you're going down that rabbit hole, this is what you're going to get. But if you want this, this is the full rising and the communion of love that you're truly longing for. And then the guy goes thinking twice, and then the feminine can choose if she wants to keep playing that game or not. And so it's a profound opportunity where I haven't, you know, always been on my journey. I've had so much pain and resistance, and it's not easy in the moment. It's definitely not.
I think this brings up a really good question that people might be having. It's like, okay, well, how does that look? You know, how do you actually do this? Like, this is where my brain goes. It's like, you know, how do you start that conversation? And for me, one of the things I'm learning here with Derek Hart, who's an incredible, emotionally intelligent being, to call him a relationship expert would be like, I think, an insult. Is much more, you know, emotionally intelligence. As I'm learning a lot from this. I'm learning a lot here. I'm learning a lot there. I'm learning every day. We all are. But to risk being, like, vulnerability is actually the way to do something new. Yeah. Instead of the sword or the eating of the food, to, you know, or the whatever, you know, the drinking of the alcohol, or the numbing it out, or the running away, or the hiding, is to actually share what's going on in the mind, share the thoughts, share the fear, and say, hey, I'm even afraid to say this right now, but I'm afraid of this.
Yeah. And first and foremost to ourselves, because, and so you're asking how to do this.
That's what to do in a relationship, whether it's a relationship with your partner, your child, your friend, the person in the street, you know. Yeah. I went yesterday, I was wearing the mask, and I got out and I was like, I was literally wearing the mask. I had to wear it. And I was like, oh my God, I hate wearing this thing. Like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Yeah. I hate this stupid
thing.
And
the masks are falling in our creation. And right now they're up in our mirrors of reflection everywhere, because they've always been here. The mask has always been here. And so it's just a reflection of our consciousness to look in the mirror of, like Donald Trump, he's the manipulative, patriarchic masculine that doesn't listen to the feminine. Well, that's my projection, but it's my reading also of the field. But that's what I'm imploding within myself, of what I see him as. And so I'm taking full ownership for creating that reflection in my life, and I don't focus so much on him. I don't watch anything he does, and actually never speak of him. It's only today I speak of him as a metaphor. And so
that's really a profound concept that we're having here, of the masks out there are really the masks in here.
Yeah. And so and we've also agreed collectively on a higher dimensional understanding that we've chosen to witness our creation covered over the mouth. And so that's why we, right now, for me, when Vanessa asked me to do this interview, I was like, I've never done an interview, and I'm so not into like broadcasting live things. And I know I should be doing this more. I've been wanting to, but I need to have.
Can we give it up for Freedom Love, you guys? Are you enjoying this conversation here?
I need another
Can person. We show her some love here in the comments? Everyone's like, yeah!
better person to talk to, because or else I'm only speaking with what I'm experiencing, which is just a lot of love. So there's no conversation. But
freedom speaks, so powerful. Amazing work. Do it, girl.
Bless.
Pearls. Yeah, man. Yeah, freedom.
You're
Absolutely.
so
Freedom
so
rocks. You're both amazing.
Well, I'm you.
Woo!
So you rock.
Loving the conversation. Where can I find her work? Yes, more. Yeah, man.
You're so beautiful. Think we. Well, the whole piece of being asked to do this interview is also as an oracle to speak, to use my voice and to speak and assert our voice upon the field. So more than anything, for all the beautiful oracles, because we are all oracles, we are all, we can all share our voice upon the field of our creation to assert our energy upon creation, to create what we wish to create here on earth. And so I just want to speak as for the voice of we, that we do not give our consent to COVID, and we do not give our consent to masks.
Take your power back now, lovers!
And we do not give our consent to this creation that we've created. We are done, #done. And we are asking that all of our creation rises now.
And strap your tits on.
And chooses to be liberated from this, and to go through this awakening rapidly now. And that we do not have to keep perpetuating this in our consciousness to learn whatever it is we're needing to learn. Whether it is to just use our voice and speak, may it be done. And so I'm just praying for our beautiful global family that is suffering. Well, actually, let's cancel clear. That is awakening rapidly and entering into the truth of who we truly are as powerful co-creators.
And the light.
And choosing which vibration we want to bring into our creation, and not giving our energy to the negative one. We can spend a couple seconds with someone suffering, but do not feed it. Do not go down the rabbit hole. Choose light, choose love, whatever that is for you. Go up on the mountain, go dancing, and say no to the external reflections that are trying to pull. It's like, I always describe it as we're in the Shire. You've all seen the movie Lord of the Rings. We have an inner Smeagol and we have a Sam. And Smeagol is like holding on for its dear precious shadow.
So scary.
And Sam is holding the
so
hand of Frodo, going, we got to make it to the Shire. We got to make it through. And so we just have to say no to the inner Smeagol, and that's it. And so to really work with the energy in this way, and it's not about denial. It is not about
unicorns and fairy fucking angel dust.
I love unicorns and I love fairy dust.
Yeah, but I have not seen a unicorn here on this journey. Okay, this journey is not the unicorn journey, folks.
But I get what you're saying. It's real, raw, and authentic.
It's real fucking work, you guys. This is strap your tits on time. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for the real heart. This is for love. This is love. This is love leading. It's called strap your tits on and get to work.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not going to sit here and fly angel dust here in the air.
It requires some real badass courage.
Yeah, and vulnerability.
To say no to the self and to choose the vibrational radio changing station and to track it. So now more than ever, it's important to stay sober, to stay clean, to stay conscious, to be on it and watch our awareness. I haven't watched TV in 20 years. I'll watch The Voice once in a while, but that's it. But then to not fill our consciousness with distractions. So whatever that is for you, you explore for you. There's no judgment here. Everyone needs to follow their bliss and their joy, and everyone is playing the perfect part, and everyone is doing the best that we can.
Everyone is doing the best that we can, and we're all becoming more of who we really are.
Yes.
As we end the separation, we become a greater unified vessel for the power of love to express itself.
How?
The more we reclaim those parts of separation, the more we say, drop that mask, come over here, come on back, come out of the closet, come back here. You know, we reclaim these parts of ourselves instead of trying to protect them in separation. And we become a greater vessel for love to express itself. It's an incredible time on the planet.
Incredible. We are so grateful, gracious filled for this awakening occurring on the planet. Wow, we all created this and we got this, family, and there's nothing to fear because there's only you here. And so because we know how to do this practice, we know how to do whole brain state, we know how to do the oneness piece of looking at everything as us, you know, and then vibrationally choosing our shortcuts and to track them over and over, and to, you know, when we have emotional ups and downs and everything, to slow ourselves down, to simplify. You know, we're talking here like in a condensed period of time, but really the practice, which we could film one day, I don't know how it would work, but just go out in the garden and be with the trees and
stop the busy doing. You know, the busy doing and I'll share vulnerably, you know, I've wanted a child for several years, and, you know, gave everything in my marriage, overgave, thinking it would return. And there was so much stress. You know, we've had so much, you know, 3 kids, a husband getting a divorce, a booming business that required a ton of my time. Then I overgave over there in the business, thinking that that would fulfill me. That didn't do it either, folks. And then thinking, oh, it's this child that's going to bring, you know, and I've actually had the most incredible experience seeing in my mind's eye this little girl, Serenity, feeling my ovaries glistening last month. I was like, I've had incredible visions of them wanting to come in. I can read you channeled things that people, strangers, have posted on my Facebook ads that have been like incredible fucking signs of the love that these children want to come in. And I also realize that that fulfillment will only come from me nourishing myself. A child won't bring that to me. A business won't bring that to me. A husband, you know, family won't bring that to me. We have to bring that to ourselves. That is the process of oneness.
She loves horseback riding. She needs to do more horseback riding.
Yes. Well, we're preparing to get some horses here in the backyard. Actually, Sky's
I need to
cleaning up
paint. That's what
right
my
now.
Inner child loves, and dancing and playing with you.
Yeah.
My inner girl loves dancing with Vanessa and going wild and crazy. That's when I know I'm nourishing my inner child.
Yeah, and nourishing it with food. So what is that?
Healthy food.
What is that for you? You know, what is nourishing for you? It's a great question.
Let's go riding. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's have a riding retreat.
Well, there's people right up the street here.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Love Leaders Unite. Thank you again. Freedom, love from We Rise as One. Love. Again, if you want to work with this beautiful being, I recommend you do. She's awesome. You can find her sessions tab on the website. Use the code takeyourpowerbacknow.com.
You can email freedom@werisesone.love and
find her on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Freedom Lynn Holman on Facebook.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Yeah, man. And
so fun.
Tune in next week for this Love Leaders Unite. If you guys found this valuable, please share this with someone. Please email this to a soul sister that you love. Please join us again next week. Please share your questions. I don't know what, I'm going to do something with these questions.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly what yet, but I'm reading them. It fuels us. It gives us some real tangible reflections, which is also great. But I'll be, answering these, I think, in emails with everyone. If you want to check out our programs, again, takeyourpowerbacknow.com. You'll find lots of information there on the different courses and programs, books, retreats, and things, masterminds that we offer to help Love Leaders Unite. The world.
So amazing that she's doing the Love Leaders Unite, you guys. We need it now more than ever.
We do. The world needs you now. The world needs we now.
Yes.
To all get it together.
Yes.
Together.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank we, Vanessa, for truly being the foundation for Take Your Power Back Now and supporting so many step into their full fuck yes of their life's mission.
Yeah.
So amazing. You've helped so many people throughout the years. And, we did meet 7.5 years ago on Kauai, and really like witnessed like the seasons together. So it's pretty profound to be here right now. And, with everything that's cultivating and percolating, may we continue to show up and just know, family, that we are holding it down here. We are doing the work ourselves. Individually, we're supporting each other. We are communicating, and we are planting a garden that's a shape of a heart. I'm so happy. I've never been so happy. Vanessa's getting horses, and we are here for we. We are here, really holding this light, and yeah, just know that we're with we all the way.
Yeah, man. Thank you, love leaders. See you next week. We love you. Bye. Bye, lovers.
Aloha.
Aloha.